there everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Julie the Whippy Chick here, and today we're going to do this wavy stitch tutorial. It's kind of a neat pattern and it's pretty simple. If you are able to do a single crochet, a double crochet, and a treble crochet, you should have no problem with this at all. It's pretty simple. So let's get started. So this pattern calls for an 8-stitch repeat. We're going to use multiples of 8. That basically means that you're going to need 8 stitches to do the entire pattern. So I'm going to, for tutorial purposes, use a multiple of 8. I'm going to use 16. Okay, so I'm going to chain up 16 stitches. Okay, there we go. So we're going to work into the 3rd stitch from the hook, and we're going to work a double crochet into that stitch. And we're going to follow that with another double crochet into the next stitch. So we're going to be building up. It's kind of like building up a hill. And to do that, we're going to do a treble crochet stitch in the next stitch. That next stitch, that treble crochet stitch, is going to be taller than the last, than the double. We're going to make 2 of those, and that's going to bring us to the top of our hill. I guess you'd call it it's like a little hill. We do like peaks and valleys. So we're working our way up the hill. And so now we're at the top of the hill. Now it's time to work back down. So we're going to go back to a double crochet, followed by another double crochet in the next stitch. And to get all the way down into the valley, our next stitch needs to be a single crochet. So there's no yarn over, just a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And that's going to create our valley. And that's basically the repeat. We're going to go back up a hill again. We're going to start with double crochets. And it's always 2. So there'll be 2 double crochets, then 2 treble crochets, then 2 more double crochets, and then 2 single crochets. It always works in pairs. So now to continue up our hill, we're going to use our treble crochets. Oh, I can never seem to get through a tutorial with every stitch perfect, but that's life. You just pull it out and start over. No big deal. So you yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now the last 2 stitches are going to be double crochets, and we're not going to finish that second double crochet. And the reason for that is because we are going to change colors. So we're going to leave that last double crochet open. We're going to pull through once and then stop, because that is where we are going to join our second color. So we're going to snip our yarn, and we're going to get our next color, and we're just going to put that strand right on top of our hook. Just drape it right over the top, no knots or anything, just drape it over the top and pull right through those last 2 loops. I'm going to use that tail of the pink to tighten it down, and I'm going to use the tail of the blue to kind of tighten it down, and then I'm going to use the working yarn and pull through a chain stitch. And that's just going to tighten everything down. That's not going to count for anything. I'm going to do my next double crochet stitch right into the first stitch. Every row starts and ends with a double crochet stitch. And because we ended on top of the hill, we're now going to start the bottom of a hill. So whenever you have a treble crochet, on top of it you're going to place a single crochet. And in between all of those trebles and singles is always going to be 2 doubles. That might sound a little confusing, but after you do it once or twice, you'll see what I mean. It'll all make sense. So now we've got a valley here. We need to fill up that valley with a treble. There is a single crochet down there, so we are going to put a treble on top of it. Trebles go on top of singles, singles go on top of trebles. And doubles always go with doubles. They're like twins, they're always together. So here's 2 doubles. Once again, we're going up the hill on the previous row, and on our current row we're going down the hill, so we're making single crochets. Always want to go through both loops of the stitch. And here we are at the end again. We're going to end with 2 double crochets. And just like before, we need to change color, so we're not going to complete that second double crochet. We're going to leave it open so that we can change color. That's one of the things I really like about this pattern, is that you use multiple colors. However, multiple colors means a lot of ends to weave in, but that's okay. This stitch really wouldn't make sense if it were all one color. You wouldn't see the shape of the stitches change. So here we are adding on another color. We're going to go with gray this time. I'm going to do that chain stitch, just hold everything in place. It doesn't count for anything. We're going to turn our work and do our first double crochet right into that very first stitch. And we're just going to continue the pattern as we have. 2 double crochets, and anywhere where there was a single crochet, like right here, we're going to put treble crochets. I love the treble crochet. Not sure what it is about it that I like, but I really do like making them. Okay, so now we're back to the double crochets. And since we are working on top of treble crochets, we're going to use single crochets. I hope this is starting to make sense to you. Back to the doubles. And now back to trebles, because we're working on top of singles. And we're going to finish our row with, of course, double crochets. And if you were going to be changing colors, you would leave that like that. You would just leave it so that you could pull your new color through your double loops. I'm going to be done with this one because that's the end of the tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull my yarn through and snip it. Whoop, try again. There we go. Okay. So here's what it looks like. I really like these colors together. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you try something new today. It's a good time to do that.